Dad takes daughter out of dance because her mother ruined it for her. AITA October 18, 22. Originally posted by you, Publix at 7,296 in R. Am I the Asshole on August 14, 22. Updated on October 18, 22. Original post. AITA for taking my daughter out of dance because of her mother ruining it for her? So my daughter is 5 and she's been dancing since last year. Her mom is a former gymnast and wanted her to do that, but my daughter didn't like it at all and prefers taking tap and ballet classes instead. I knew this bothered my wife, but I didn't expect her to alienate herself from the other moms and the instructor. She says she feels like our daughter isn't being used where she should be and that her and the instructor constantly get into it with each other, and my wife feels like she has knowledge with her gymnast background and that's why the instructor should take note of what she's saying. My wife is very competitive and I do admire her drive for that, but it seems like the pushback between her and the instructor has caused a lot of tension in the class. This has caused the other moms to get mad when my wife would bring up how their daughters were being treated in comparison to ours, and now the entire experience is ruined for our daughter. Since the other moms don't like my wife, they no longer invite our daughter to play dates and other outings which the girls talk about in class, and it makes my daughter come home to me and cry about how she wants to go on play dates again with her friends. I spoke to my wife about it and she said that she will make friends in kindergarten and that it's not that serious. But this is a studio she plans for our daughter to attend for years. I don't understand how she doesn't get how her conflict with the other parents won't cause our daughter to feel excluded. She told me that the other moms are rude and she will always stand up for herself and our daughter, and that I need to stop being scared of them. My daughter doesn't even want to go to class anymore. She cries when I get off work and pick her up from class. The parents and instructors are cordial with me when I come inside for pickup, and one even invited my daughter to her daughter's birthday party but specified that I be the one to take her. When I told my wife this, she blew up and got very upset, saying that it's weird she specified I take our daughter and she can't go. I told her that's ridiculous, but she wouldn't budge, and it just so happened to fall on a workday, so I couldn't take her. I was fed up, and my daughter kept complaining about hating the studio and not liking dance, so I disenrolled her. When I went to pick her up, and she was crying about never wanting to come back. When I went home and told my wife, she got mad and said I'm an evil asshole and that I should have spoken to her first before doing that. I told her that she is the one that ruined our daughter's experience with her fighting the parents and instructors and alienating our daughter from the other girls. She kept saying I'm the only one wrong and that I'm an asshole since it's the best studio in town, and others have wait lists for months. AITA? Verdict. Not the asshole. Update 2 months later. Hey everyone. Didn't expect that this post needed an update, but sadly things have been pretty bad these past 2 months since making that post. A quick recap is that my wife got into conflict with instructors and parents at our daughter's studio, causing her to be alienated, and in return I unenrolled my unhappy daughter from classes. I felt a bit conflicted if I did the right thing, but after reading your responses I felt content I made the right choice. I even showed her comments, but she refused to look at my phone for long. I thought after getting mad my wife would be able to get over this and see my side, but unfortunately things became very bad. She told me a week after she was going to enroll our daughter back in gymnastics like she had initially wanted, and my daughter overheard this, saying she didn't want to and started crying. My wife completely ignored this and went on talking to me, saying she's sick of me enabling quitting and that our daughter needs a better role model. I was sick to watch her ignore our crying daughter and told her that we already tried gymnastics And our daughter didn't like it, and she said it will be different this time and that her word is final. We kept arguing about this, and she went on to enroll our daughter into gymnastics again and started taking her while I was at work. I was furious that she couldn't respect my wishes, but she said I wasn't respecting her. I told my wife that she has control issues and is trying to live through our daughter, and this made her extremely upset. I recommended therapy like a lot of commenters said to, and this set her off. She started accusing me of infidelity, saying that the mother at my daughter's old studio, who specifically asked that I bring my daughter and not my wife, is the reason I'm starting issues for no reason with her, and that she found it weird that she specially asked for me and not her, and that means something more. I said that's because all the moms hate her and didn't want her around, and she cursed at me horribly, saying disgusting things I can't type, but I'm shocked I married someone so vile. She wasn't always like this. She was a kind, caring woman before this whole gymnastics, ballet fiasco started and her tiger mom side came out. I know it's crazy and I wish I could say different, but I'm seeing this heading towards divorce. We haven't slept in the same bed for 3 weeks, and she won't talk to me about anything other than the house, our daughter, and the dog. I'm embarrassed to tell anyone this because I find it so bizarre and weird that so much conflict has stemmed from something as innocent as sports. So yeah. The child is 5. I always find it so bizarre that someone who had previously appeared so sane would just completely fly off the handles at something that seemed so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. Makes me wonder if the mother had some serious unresolved issues that she had repressed for years before it finally exploded here. Good for him for sticking up for his daughter and not letting his wife drag things out further. I'm embarrassed to tell anyone this because I find it so bizarre and weird that so much conflict has stemmed from something as innocent as sports. This is definitely among the least weird conflicts I have seen on BORU. Her mom is a former gymnast and wanted her to do that, but my daughter didn't like it at all and prefers taking tap and ballet classes instead. This kind of leapt out at me. It makes me wonder if this is how she herself was raised. Maybe she didn't like gymnastics as a kid and was forced to do it by a parent. Maybe she saw that parent argue with the instructor and saw it get results. From what I know of youth sports, this isn't that uncommon, especially with gymnastics, which starts quite young. Doesn't stop her from being a horrible mother, even if I'm right. Just because someone has been raised in an abusive family doesn't give them free rein to be abusive themselves. But it's called the cycle of abuse for a reason. The dance instructor and other parents, maybe even the gymnastics instructor, may make great witnesses in the divorce proceedings. I saw this. It's so sad. The mom is trying to live through her daughter, and it's super sad. She needs therapy, not to torture her daughter emotionally. The dad really needs to leave and go for full custody at all costs. The wife's behavior didn't pop up out of nowhere. The kid is 5. She has been micromanaging this kid since birth. Oop is only noticing now because the kid is old enough to have their own opinion, and their controlling mother won't tolerate that. I'm extremely introverted and find socializing exhausting, though I can do it if I need to. I just need a lot of downtime afterwards. My kid is starting school next year, and I know I'm going to have to go out of my comfort zone to enable my child to have a fun, normal childhood with friends and activities and enrichment. Do I want mum friends? Honestly, no, I don't. But I'll pull out all of my social skills so that I don't disadvantage my child. I'm pretty sure I can put my ego below my kid's socialization needs. Sad that this mother couldn't. Imagine caring about pre-5-year-old gymnastics so much. I honestly believe the mom needs serious help. This is not healthy behavior. As someone whose mom did try to live through her with dance gymnastics and was a stage mom, it was absolute hell. I knew the other kids didn't like me 'cause of the fits my mom would throw over petty things. I wasn't invited to b-day parties and things like in this story as well. I wish my dad had had the balls to stand up to her and tell her to stop being insane. My mother also had BPD, so there was a lot more going on there though. I'm getting Jeanette McCurdy vibes here. Stuff like this can continue for years. If the dad was cheating with someone at the dance thing, wouldn't he want the kid to have to do it? Like the mom is. Interesting. The poor kid. I hope the dad gets her away from the mom without too much pain. I remember this post when it was original posted. Seriously, she needs to stop trying to live her life though her daughter not only is basically damaging her relationship with her daughter, but her marriage as well. Seriously, oop, need to talk to one there or family member about this. To at least try to bring her back to reality. Even if it's for a little bit. Because something has to be done, because number 5-year-old should subject to insanity. That mom definitely peaked in high school. I wonder if Mommy Dearest ever reached her peak in her gymnastics career. I bet she never made it big time. And now forces her daughter into it. It's so sad to see all these child prodigies at young ages excelling in difficult sports. See ice skating, ballet, any form of dancing really, and even piano or other playing music instruments. I fear most of them really went through something similar that this little girl does now. I do get you have to start young for dancing. But to take a child and force them to start another sport they do not want to? That is just cruel. One example I know of is a young dancer. She is 9. That started hitting the gym at 2 years old. Her parents let her start taking dancing classes and doing body training at 2. You cannot tell me that is not some form of abuse. She even spends hours practicing in gym training while she should be in school. She has no life besides dancing and training. Y'all, dance moms seem to have a disproportionate amount of unhinged mothers. Growing up as a boy, I was on a local swim team. After 4 years in it, my mom disenrolled me because she said we couldn't afford driving me all around town for competitions, and she thought the sport was creepy. I begged and cried to stay in it, but she refused. Meanwhile, she allowed my younger sister of 3.5 years to attend dance recitals for her entire childhood, which frequently required my mom to drive her 40+ miles 2+ weekends per month for competitions or tryouts. Dance moms are broken people. I'm not sure the mom is cheating so much as grasping for an explanation for why her husband is disagreeing with her. Clearly, she's correct. So there has to be some reason that Oop and the ballet mom and the other people at the class are against her. So it must be an affair. It definitely sounds like the mother is trying to live out her own failed dreams through the child. Good on Oop for sticking up for his daughter. OOP's wife sounds like a stage mom. Oop needs to keep putting his foot down, or their daughter is going to be writing her own version of "I'm glad my mom died" in 20 years. The wife is prioritizing herself over her child. She's emotionally neglecting her, and if she doesn't change now, the child will start to resent her and act out. Sorry, both Oop and the child aren't being heard. I'm sure this isn't the happy family he envisioned when he married his wife.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.